The current trend in the UK is all about being the quintessential gent, and I'm going to be showing you the best places in London to get the look. I'm here with Miles from Murdoch, and we're going to be giving Mark here the quintessential English haircut because that goes with everything. So Miles, you've been here at Murdoch for how long, and tell us a little bit about Murdoch.
I've been here for about 6 months. Murdoch's is basically one of the first sort of revamps of traditional barbering in London. We've got 5 stores across London. And the first one was in Old Street. We've moved our flagship one to Shoreditch now, which is obviously kind of the hub of fashion and style at the moment in East London. And we sort of preach traditional barbering, traditional grooming over going to get your hair cut in a salon or something like that.
And why do you think so this traditional grooming, the barbering, etc., has got this resurgence? Why has it become so trendy?
I think it's somewhere that men can get pampered. You know, it's like a little bit of a man cave. They can talk about their day. They don't have to worry about being judged for wanting to get a manicure or a facial or anything like that. And we sort of built our brand on beards and beard trimming because of the resurgence in that. So obviously we do a lot of traditional wet shaves here, which has come back massively. I think that's to do with the new types of razors people use, like Mach 3s and stuff. They give a lot of razor burn, and a lot of people just want to get a nice clean shave and sort their skin out.
The quintessential gent look now is kind of really referring to a different time, isn't it? It's kind of quite old-fashioned, really. 100%. Why do you think that suddenly becomes so trendy when we're such a modern society, but we look at old trends?
I think it's the simple fact that it's always kind of been there. The beards, the mustaches, it's in our history, and I think it's just fashion comes around again. But mustaches have been around for a long time before people started wearing them, and you know, we started here, people still had mustaches, and in New York, like Williamsburg, places like that, they kind of started it off. The whole hipster thing as well was taking it off. And men want to look like men again, you know, they don't want to look like boys.
Yeah, it's true. What are you doing here with Mark? What kind of style are you going to give him?
Right, well obviously it's a little bit harder with kind of Asian type hair, but because Mark's hair is quite fine, quite flat, what I'm going to do is just grade it up here on the sides, like mine, not quite as short, so don't worry. And then a little bit off the top, and we're just going to slick it over, just giving that smart look, kind of traditional sort of sweep over.
Quite preppy.
Yeah, preppy, but with an edge as well.
Like, obviously in London there's lots of different, almost like tribes. Do you see that from the Shoreditch side through to the Fulham side? Do you think there's a whole different look?
100%. You know, obviously because we're here, this is based in Covent Garden, we get a lot of different types of sort of clients in. We get people in that just want a short back and sides, head up for me, short back and sides, and we get people in that want a full-on, you know, undercut or something a little bit more extreme. So in Shoreditch, they're doing a lot more of that kind of thing, and the beards over there are a lot bigger as well.
What about the whole grooming experience as well? Because obviously it's about shaving as well and moisturising. Have you seen a real resurgence in people actually wanting to buy products?
Definitely. You know, we've when we do traditional shaves, we use our Murdoch shave range, and each one is available downstairs. And we basically preach, you know, that it's all about preparation when you're shaving. And I think when people come in, if it's their first shave, they can get sort of changed to it and realise that preparing your skin is a huge factor in a good shave.
I noticed you've also got anti-aging eye serum. I need that, that's for sure. But is that, again, are those very popular now?
Yeah, well, we use them at the end of the shave anyway, because the shaves that we do have a facial in preparation for the shave. So the anti-aging eye serum is actually a big seller as well, because it's just simple, little there, and it's when you sell it in a shop like this, men aren't afraid to buy it. Whereas in a salon, they might be a bit, you know, afraid if they ask for eye serum, people are going to look at them a bit weirdly.
Yeah, it's true. And did the, obviously we all know about the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, but did barbering start in the UK, or is it more American, that whole sort of?
It's hard to say really. I mean, we've all got different styles of barbering, different styles of shaving. I mean, it changes all over. Like in the Netherlands, they've got a few barbers over there that do incredible stuff, and they do kind of rockabilly, which is sort of what we do. We do traditional with a bit of rockabilly to it. In America, they do a lot of traditional barbering. So I don't really, it's hard to say where it all started off.
So Miles, like people like David Beckham, do you think they're really influential when it comes to different styles of haircuts?
I think so. I mean, it sounds weird. I think when people look at the kind of haircuts we do, I don't think they'd expect us to kind of look at David Beckham's haircuts and think they're good, but he's set the way a lot. I mean, recently his hairstyles have been what we do here.
Yeah.
You know, undercuts, very old school haircuts, and it just brings it to the masses because you have got to be slightly interested in hair and in barbering in order to see those haircuts.
Yeah.
But I think a major factor has been like TV shows like
Mad Men and things like
Mad
that,
Men, Boardwalk Empire as well is a huge one. One of my clients is actually the researcher for Boardwalk Empire.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
and so he actually researches the haircuts, and I think that's been a huge influence in the resurgence.
What kind of product do you have to put on your hair to have like your kind of sleek look?
What I use is a pomade. Basically, it's a petroleum jelly, and it's what they used in the 50s. So like when you look back, and it's what they used on Mad Men, you know, when you look back and you see how slick their hair is, it's because they use a pomade, and it can be deadly in the wrong hands because it's strong.
Yeah.
But we use a lot of that here. I mean, I personally use a lot of it. I'm going to use it on Mark's hair because I think that it stays all day. It gives you that really old school slick look, but you can't be afraid of a little shine.
No, and I think people nowadays, again, it kind of finishes off your look as well.
Yeah.
And people are much more sort of open to doing that. When I was younger, I used to watch my dad always with a proper razor.
Yeah.
And actually having a soap bowl and doing the soap and stuff like that. But I think people now, kids now, they watch their dads, they've either got an electric razor or a Mach 3. Do you think they're not learning this skill?
And I think there's been a massive help was the new James Bond movie, Skyfall. Mm-hmm. There's a scene in that where he shaves himself with a cutthroat.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you the amount of people that have come in looking to buy straight razors because of that scene, yeah. And it is a better shave, you know. I think people are a bit scared of them, but we run a how to shave kind of workshop here, one-on-one with our head barber, and a lot of people are booking that now and learning how to shave with a straight razor because they find it gives them a closer shave and it doesn't give any rashes, any sort of spots underneath your neck.
Yeah.
It's just a much better way of doing it.
Tell me about tattooing then, because obviously that's become really big as well.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why has it got this resurgence?
Traditional barbers were covered head to toe. We've got a couple of guys here that are covered from their neck all the way down to their fingers, and it's an art form that's just really popular in barbering. Really, it's just kind of linked together. There's a lot of traditional tattoos that have got barbering sort of aspects to them. I mean, I've got a sort of a straight razor tattooed up here, and it's it's a big thing, you know. Like we do some sort of partnerships with some tattoo places, and everyone's running around trying to get tattoos all the time. So it's a big part of it. It's just a part of the barber culture, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, long hair I think as well is going to be a big thing.
Really?
I think that's coming back. Yeah. I think because there's a way of having long hair that's still traditional.
Yeah.
I mean, the history of like the haircut like mine, you get a lot of guys with much longer hair than me and Mark's, and down here it's like skin tight. And that's from soldiers in like World War I, World War II, where they used to wear the hats and they'd have to have a really sharp, it'd have to be like a crew cut.
Yeah.
But they'd have the hair on top and they'd hide that. So they'd take it off and they've still got the hair on top. And that's where that came from.
Oh, okay.
And that's obviously made a big resurgence, but I think long hair is going to be the big one next year.
And what's that made out of, like petroleum?
Petroleum jelly, yeah. You get water-based ones as well. We don't carry them. This is basically what you use to stick kind of hair that is hard to stick down. A lot of guys think they can't get that look because the hair doesn't stick down because they're using like VO5 or something. But this will sort you out basically.
Gives you a nice sheen as well, doesn't it?
That's it. Gives you. It's what they use on Mad Men. It's the same brand as well. To give Don Draper his kind of.
You're going to become the new Don Draper, Mark. You are a madman in London. Thanks, Miles, for making Mark look the quintessential gent. Very Don Draper, so thank you so much for that. We'll definitely be coming back to Murdoch, that's for sure. It's now my time to get you, Mark, to look even more quintessential. We're going to get you suited and booted. I'm here at Duchamp, one of my favourite stores, you can tell because I'm wearing it. I'm here with Gianni here and we're going to be talking all about Duchamp. So how did it start?
Well, it started probably 20 or so years ago as an accessory brand. Started off as cufflinks and ties, very much about the British eccentric. It's always been about colour, about fabrication. So moving forward now, we're on to our Winter 13 range, and of course, colour is always paramount. It's the first thing that we think about whenever we start a season. For example, if I take you down here onto this table, it's almost showing where we've been in the past, and some of our sort of classic designs. All of our ties are woven and designed exclusively for us in either England or in Italy. And then here, some of the more contemporary designs, some slightly slimmer ties, some knitted ties. But again, it's always about the colour and bringing that punch, that little bit extra to anybody's outfit.
Which is great, looks fantastic. And what kind of gentleman shops here?
Well, we are a British brand, and it is all about the eccentric. The modern dandy is very much what we focus on. Someone who wants something a bit different, a bit eccentric.
So we're here with Mark, as you've met him before. I mean, basically we've had his hair cut at Murdoch. It's now time to make him look like quintessential gent. And I think you're the perfect man to do it. Give him a few looks, different styles, bit of colour, and make him into the dandy we all know he is.
Fantastic.
So Mark's transformation is, complete, I think. He's looking absolutely fantastic. We've taken him from Murdoch, got his hair done, and now it's all about the body and his look. So Gianni, please talk me through it.
Well, we've put him here in one of our contemporary slim fit jackets. So it's a 3-button but rolled to 2, so you fasten it on the second button. It's quite slim fitting through the shoulder, through the arm, and the jacket's just a little bit shorter to give you that more contemporary feel. On the tie, this is a wool and silk Italian tie, which has got this lovely sort of contrast detailing, just to sort of team up with his trousers. And then, of course, a finishing touch just with this oversized polka dot pochette.
And so this is the kind of style we're looking at for this autumn-winter, is that right?
Yes, 100%. Lovely, sort of tactile, changing with using different materials. It's something that we're very passionate about, making sure that there's always a point of difference to all the fabrication.
So Mark, I think you look fantastic. How do you feel?
Yeah, I like it so much. It's brilliant.
Brilliant. So I'm going to be seeing you walking around London as a modern-day dandy.
Yes.
Fantastic. My job is done, well, nearly done, because I want to see Mark looking wonderful in evening wear, ready for date night. Now Mark is looking fantastic. It's his date night look and he's taking her to a ball. Mark, you really do look great. Gianni, talk me through this.
Well, this is a 100% silk jacket, so which is what gives it the luster, beautiful luster that it's got. One button with a peak lapel for that kind of accentuated sort of proud feel. And then here we've got a jacquard with this plissé front bib, and of course a little floral bow tie.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And talk me through sort of how is this done? This sort of stitching is beautiful and all the different styles.
This is woven for us in England, and it's just a navy and black geometric pattern.
It's wonderful. How do you feel?
I like this so much. I can't wait to share with my friends.
Really? You're going to wear that out one day?
Yes.
Go to a wonderful ball, have a gorgeous date on your arm, and you have a perfect time, and you won't be a Cinderella anymore. I think Mark looks every inch the quintessential gent, the modern day dandy. Gianni, thank you so much for dressing him in Duchamp. Mark, it's my turn now to make you into a supermodel. It's been 2 weeks since we last saw Mark and he's been styled and groomed, but we're here at Westbourne Studios, one of the top modelling agencies, to see if he can put what he's learned into practice. So Aisha, you are a modelling queen. You tell us about your agency and what you do.
Absolutely. So my agency is called AMCK Models. We are 5 years old and we look after the top models in London. So we have boys who have been on the cover of Vogue, they walk for catwalks like Prada, Alexander McQueen, you know, a total across the range, high-end fashion model.
Fantastic. And you only specialise in guys, is that right?
We do. We didn't want to, you know, play with the girls. We wanted to just really focus and just look at men's fashion, look at great, amazing looking boys. And, you know, men's fashion, obviously, you know, it's really, really becoming very important, you know, across the world. So we just wanted to, like, concentrate and be very bespoke in what we do.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Well, I've been spending the last few weeks with Mark, and basically we've done everything from getting him groomed at Murdoch and also styling him at places like Duchamp, etc. Really teaching him about sort of how to be English and quintessential. That sort of look and feel is really big at the moment, isn't it?
No, absolutely. You know, you have brands like Burberry, etc., who really kind of want to get that guy who looks exactly that quintessential English gentleman look. You know, some of our models obviously always work for them, and you know, I think those kind of companies look for boys who are also very polite and, you know, who are nice people and who are gentlemanly, because it's not just about looking good, it's how you carry yourself, how you walk, if you're like polite with other people and stuff like that. It's really important.
To someone like Mark, obviously we've got him sort of styled up, but as you just said, the walking and the elegance, is that a real part of how to become a quintessential English person?
Absolutely. You know, that's what we have to teach the models. You know, we have to teach them that, you know, it's not just about being good looking and walking in from the street, it's about how you carry yourself. You know, it's the whole package, and that comes with, you know, our quintessential British boys. They've gone to good schools, perhaps, you know, they know how to be able to sit with the Queen if necessary and take a tea. You know, it's all part of it, absolutely. So I hope you've done a good job with Mark.
Well, I think I've done a pretty good job, and obviously you need to do the finishing touches. That's why we're here to see you. I mean, obviously in modelling as well, it's all about diversity and things like that. Do you think someone like Mark could make it as a model?
Well, you know, I'd have to say that there are a lot more diverse people coming onto the catwalks now. You know, people from all over the world. You know, have African boys on the catwalk, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, all sorts of things. So there is a possibility, but I don't know. I'd really have to see if Mark could, you know, put it together. You know, just if I'm going to be brutally honest, I have to say that just looking at Mark like this, I don't know if he has model material, but you know what, Nick, you never know, because when we stand up, he might throw some poses, he might do an amazing catwalk, and I'm like, wow, and you know, he brings something extra, so you never know.
And what kind of poses are they?
You know, times have changed, I have to say. It is not just about the blue steel that we all know about. You know, boys they're having to kind of, you know, use their bodies a bit more. They have to be a bit more inventive and look cool. So, I don't know, maybe we should have a look with the other models and see.
Oh, well, you've got some models here?
I do indeed.
Well, fantastic. Well, Mark, you know what? We need to ask the professionals.
Spencer Shaw.
Hi, I'm Harvey James. Okay, so essentially when the camera's rolling and you're kind of in the shoot, you've got all your makeup on, got all the styling, got all the clothes on, you're set, you're behind the camera. You basically need to change the way that you think about things. So normally, if you're on the train or like just walking on the street, you're quite conscious of people and how you may look. But when you're behind the camera, you literally need to take all of that, throw out the window, and do whatever you can to like, just basically don't care what you look like. If you think you look like an idiot, you're probably doing a good job, to be honest.
I would agree too. You have to think of, a photo shoot as art. It's not just taking a photo anymore. It's not like, oh, you're on the beach with your friends and they're just taking quick pictures of you. It's art. So every inch, every movement, every facial expression, if your eyes are too closed, too open, if your hand's too far back, everything matters because you're trying to create this illusion that someone's seeing something they're not supposed to see. And so it's this moment between you and a viewer. And so for me, that's what behind the camera is.
You're not normal anymore. You're like the vision of someone else that they want to be. So you have to give them attitude, you have to look like the meanest, baddest person, but at the same time you've got to look like kind of innocent.
It's a way of being creative. You have to find the creative way of moving your face and flexing your jaw enough, which sounds weird, but moving your eyes in certain ways and things like that so that you create this illusion of I'm bad but yet innocent and there's a side of me you don't know. So it's, for me, artistic. So as a model, it sounds vain, but you spend a lot of time looking in the mirror, well I do at least, just developing so I know when I'm not looking at myself, what I look like, because you need to know exactly what you're doing. So for me, you have your different looks because people ask you for different things, sensitive, deep, strong, aggressive, I guess, angry, and things like that. So for me, there's definitely different looks. For me, my jaw plays into it. I think most models, it's their jawline, and it's just the flex. And it just makes your chin look sharper.
As well, as like your face needs to also be in tune with your body as well. Okay. Yeah, so your feet are wide apart and then you've got your whole body kind of poised in aggression. That needs to come through in the photo.
So not only do you have the aggressive, but you have the softer looks, for when you're doing, editorials and things like that. And it's more of just like a soft, laid-back look. Your mouth's open, your eyes are softer, there's no flexing, it's just more of a natural look. And for me, you raise the eyebrows a little, opens up your face. You can sometimes over model. You can try too hard, and it ends up looking just aggressive and like you're uncomfortable. The best is when you're sitting there with a photographer and you're getting along and you're having fun. It just makes it easy and you get along, and when you're at your most natural, the photos look the best. So Mark, it's your turn to try some of these. So we're just gonna start basic. We're just gonna flex the jaw, bring the eyebrows down, do a aggressive, angrier, stronger look, okay? So I'll go first, you can try to match it, okay? Yeah. Eyebrows down, give it a frown. Yeah, flex the jaw. Look at him go. There you go. Now open, try to get a little space between the lips. There you go. Clench the jaw, bite on the back to you. Yeah, angles. Okay. All right.
Nice one, man.
Now.
Next slide.
Okay, so yeah, we've said before about having a more soft look. So that's just kind of keeping your mouth a bit apart. So it'd be a bit like. A bit more like that. So not as aggressive and innocent, I suppose, yeah. Move a bit of your body, turn into it.
Get the thumbs out of the pockets. You want to have your thumbs out so you can see your hand still there. Yeah, there you go.
So maybe like bend a leg or something like that. Mouth apart a bit, something like that.
A little less.
A bit less, yeah. Kind of like just so it's relaxing. Right?
Well, it's nice to meet you, Mark, and I hope we gave you some good pointers and helped you out a little bit.
Thank you.
No worries.
Me too.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see you around, man.
Thanks, buddy.
See you later.
Thank you.
We'll see you on a magazine or something soon, right?
I hope so.
No worries.
So Mark, you've actually just been taught by two top supermodels. They're the best in the business. They do London Collections Men, and they taught you a couple of different looks. What were they?
Yes, I remember keywords angry and soft.
Okay.
I can show you now.
Yeah, show me. Well, tell me. I'll tell you what I think they are.
Okay.
What's that one?
It's not angry.
No, that's not angry. I wouldn't be scared of you in the day or at night. Seriously.
Okay,
But that is your angry look, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's angry.
So show me your soft look.
Okay.
Oh, not bad. You know, I could see you on the
Yeah.
cover of GQ, definitely. That's fantastic. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, very enjoy, and I know how to make the post and how to make it look like a supermodel.
Okay,
And
so
make me very confident.
So it gives you, which is brilliant, and I think, you know, have you enjoyed sort of the makeover from your clothing through to your hair, and having the ability to now do these poses means you've got confidence, you'll feel great when you're walking down the street, you'll be waving at you, wanting to know you and wanting to be around you. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, very enjoy, and I think I have made a very gentleman looks like, and I feel very confident.
So Mark, we've groomed you, we've styled you, we've even taught you how to pose like the perfect English gentleman. And now it's your turn to go out to the big bad world and prove to everybody you really are such a guy. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed Mark's transformation into an English gent. It's easy.